Hi everybody, it's Sarah. Today we're going to explore Virgo's forecast for December 2019. So while there are thousands and thousands of Virgos out there, not all of them are in the same place or experiencing the same type of energy, and this is completely normal. This may or may not resonate with you, and that's fine. That's completely fine. If it doesn't, just pass it on by. If it does, be sure and stay till the end because we have some spoilers, good news at the end, okay? So I began the forecast for Virgo by Reikiing the deck, and I use the traditional Rider-Waite deck. As you can see in the video coming up, it's a big deck. I drew one for each week in December plus a clarifier card to give us a little bit more information about what your lessons are going to be. Virgo has had a really interesting time of it this last couple of years, actually. I wanted to say the last few months, but no, it's been an ongoing thing for several years, where things have been good, and then they've been not so good, and then they've been good again, and then not so good. And you kind of wondered if you were doing something wrong or why it seemed like, you know, your fate was really fickle with you. It either has to be really good or really horrible. It's not you. It's just a cycle you're going through. And the lessons that you've been going through the last couple of years led you here to this place. And in January, we start a new cycle. So you take all that knowledge from the past with you into this new cycle, and things should be very different for you. One key life lesson that hopefully you've learned in our past now is you are so self-aware, Virgo, that you have a tendency to pick things apart and make them much worse than they are. And we're going to see that in the reading too coming up. Remember that tendency and balance it with a good, healthy dose of realism, okay? But overall, you're in a much better place than you were when this year began. And things should be very different for you. So let's look at the cards. So we begin with the Ace of Cups. Ace cards always mean new beginning. And usually it's something out of the blue that happens like a gift. This card in particular is about love, compassion, or happiness. So the first week of December looks like you're going to be feeling pretty happy, more positive and optimistic about your future, and feeling better about yourself too. So now is a great time to begin new friendships, get out there and socialize. People are going to be very receptive to you. They want to get to know you. So when we put it with the clarifier card, which is the Page of Wands, and the page cards, regardless of the suit, are always about significant news or messages coming forward. And this one specifically relates to the news being optimistic and timely. Accept those party invitations. Apply for that new job. Put yourself out there on a dating app this week. Do things like that. Things you've been kind of wanting to do, but maybe, you know, the timing wasn't right. Guess what? The first week in December looks like it's going to be a very positive week for all of that. On the second week of December, it looks like you're going to be coming to terms with your worst enemy, which is yourself. Virgo is blessed with self-awareness, which is great, except when you turn it up full volume and then direct it, of course, at everything in your life and pick it apart. Then you end up very pessimistic, overloaded, stressed out, and feeling really, really unhappy. So the Seven of Swords represents deception and lies. And it could indicate that someone around you is manipulating you, or that you have enemies who are masquerading as friends. But when we look at the clarifier, and even before we do, we are aware of the fact that the person that is influencing you the most is yourself. So when we look at the Nine of Swords, we see, of course, that it represents nightmares, fear, worry, and anxiety. It doesn't mean that anything is going to actually happen. And when we look at the rest of the forecast too, it looks fine. This is a card about stress. This is a card about you stressing yourself out, worrying. It also indicates a need to get your fear, worry, anxiety under control because you're making things worse than they actually are. And it represents overthinking and being caught in that negative loop. And I know when you're in it, it's horrible, definitely. But seeing this card now, you can plan for this. So when that negativity starts to creep in, you can say, not today. I'm not having it. I know the future is going to be great for me and I'm going to make it through this. I have recorded some affirmations that you might find helpful to clear negative thinking, and I'll put a link to it up here. And then as we look out at the third week, we find better news with the Knight of Swords. And this card signifies big changes are coming. And you'll have a nice round of opportunities pop up. Yeah, out of nowhere, your life could change in a second. If you want them, you have to act on them quickly though, and not overthink them. So that means you need to be in a state of knowing what you want to accomplish or what you want to gain. If you're looking for a new car and you know exactly how much money you want to spend, great, because it'll probably come along. But if you don't have a fixed number, it could be way more than you want to spend. Should you do it or not? So those are the kind of obstacles we're looking at for the third week, which it's not bad because you can pass on any and all these opportunities and they will come back to you in 2020 because 2020 is all about opportunities. Yeah, the qualifier is the Six of Pentacles, which is a really nice card too because it represents gifts and generosity and being well paid. So this is looking like you could be getting a monetary gift, maybe a Christmas bonus, or maybe a raise. Or one of those opportunities could be a better job, right? So if you want something like that, then set your sights on it and manifest it. If you're happy where you are, then, just let it go, right? Like I say, nothing is written in stone and things will change in January. We see the end of 2019 in the fourth week with the Two of Pentacles and the Magician. So this really signifies that things are coming together for you. The Two of Pentacles is about finding personal balance in your life. And if you look at the card, he is balanced. Yeah, it's not like he's dropping the pentacles, no. And of course, he also has the figure 8, which is the infinity symbol, which means he'll be able to do this forever, right? This can mean balancing your finances, of course, or also balancing your needs against that of your partner's, learning to take care of yourself, learning to meet your own needs, and learning to make yourself a priority. Because guess what, Virgo? The time of self-sacrificing and putting everyone else's needs before your own is over. To make the most of the upcoming decade, you're going to have to stand up for yourself and stand in your power. When we look at the Magician, we see that you have all the tools you need. Everything that you're looking for, you already possess. The trick with this, Virgo, is believing in yourself and recognizing your own self-worth and value. Admitting to yourself that you are more capable than you ever give yourself credit for, because you are. It looks like the toughest thing you're going to have to do the fourth week is believe in yourself. Everything is going your way. And it looks like you're going to enter 2020 in a really good situation or a good spot if you can believe in yourself. So all in all, this was a really good forecast. So I hope this little mini reading was helpful. If you would like a personal reading, you can of course always contact me at Serenity. If you haven't, please make sure that you subscribe and hit that bell so you can be notified of the new videos. We have a lot of new videos coming out and some other surprises and lots of other projects underway at Serenity. So thank you for being part of the Serenity family. Reiki blessings. Bye-bye.